Well, hey there, my friends. Welcome to my channel and another fun memory planning Monday. I'm Laura Daniels, and I love using color, paper, and ink to tell my ordinary story and to bring it to life with photos, journaling, and just a titch of whimsy. It's where I sift through my current stash just to find the right paper, stickers, and ephemera to document my past week. If you're interested in hearing my planning process and seeing how it all comes together, then stick around. Go grab your favorite cup of coffee. Alrighty, so I've decided to simplify this week, so I'll have 1 week using a kit and I'll have a lot more in it. Then the next week I want to use less paper, do more journaling, and to make it less bulky and simplified. I think it does two things. It'll show we always don't need to have all the stuff on the pages. And you know, if we're just real busy and we don't have the time and we just want to get the photos and the story down, we can do that too. So what I did is I just sifted through some of my old Heidi Swapp, some washi tape, and I am going to use it for the week of the 12th of June through the 18th. So let me show you the photos I have. My daughter went to Atlanta to a Braves game. I have Father's Day. I have a little granddaughter going to visit my son at work, and then she came to visit us here. And then my daughter took a trip to Chicago for business. So these are my colors. Now granted, black and white, it really doesn't matter. But I chose these distressed inks to go with it. We have Mustard Seed, Rustic Wilderness, and Tattered Rose. And I went with gathering some of these colors together. You see I have some black, I have some greens. I like this piece of vellum. I can just stick somewhere. This is a Heidi Swapp little peekaboo door. I guess you could write something here, then perhaps, I don't know if you can even fit something in the back of here. Here's some tabs that I had cut out of various papers, and I just pulled them out because they'd go with these colors. I like that for a bit of journaling. Adventure Awaits. Those colors go real good. Here's something I could stick. What is this? Oh, this comes off, so it's vellum with the cover. That's kind of neat. Keep it from getting all scratchy. So I just pulled all these out. Here's a little bit of paper that I'd already used the shears with to cut that. I was thinking about using this. Look how good those colors go. This way I can do some journaling, add some photos, work hard but you play hard, go out and have some fun. Here's a journaling card. These stickers from Heidi Swapp. This was another idea. I could put a photo here, journaling, and then a photo on the back here. I cannot tell you where I got these. And these colors go real well. Remember when, where, who, and what. I picked out these washi tapes to go with the colors. This has days of the week. This is your graph paper style. And then these are dots, so they also bring out the colors. And then here are some... here's another journaling card. I just love those colors. I think they go real well. And then here's an option. And this doesn't open up. Does it? Yes, it does. Look, I could add double the photos there. All right. So I'm going to step away from the camera just for a second, gather my thoughts, and kind of share where I want to put everything, and then we'll continue on. So the first thing I always do, and it gives me continuity in each week, is I use a pen and I just write down the days of the dates on the weeks. I do the month. It's my writing. Nothing's supposed to be perfect with this. And then I do all the down strokes with a brush pen, so it gives them a little bit of pop. I want to add some background stamping, and I chose this one from close to my heart. It's called Dream Maker, and I like these words here. See, there's also this one right here that could work. And then these are like paint splatters. So I'm going to add some background. May or may not have room for my washi tape, but I always like to gather enough that I know what I'm working with. The next thing I do is I kind of lay down all the photos based on generally where they are in the week. This is when my daughter went to Chicago. So I'm thinking this might be a flip up. And then I'll have those underneath. Wait a minute, I think I want that one. I think I want that one there. These underneath, and this here. I may have to cut them down. And underneath this photo, I could put work hard, or put the work hard somewhere. Work hard, play hard. And then around this time, my granddaughter went to visit our son at work. So I want to put those in there. And then Diana came here to Jasper to visit. And then my mom took Isabel, who is Diana's age, to the beach. And so this is Maine, this is Georgia, this is South Carolina, this is Chicago. We're just all over the place. And then up here, I like how I have these long photos. Now see, this has the same thing. It really adds to the week, and it changes up just having small photos everywhere. And I was thinking maybe something like that. And then these photos right here, I'll put them underneath somehow, kind of, sort of, not sure. And then we have point in history, when the Statue of Liberty arrives to New York. There's plenty of room for me to cut that down. And then, of course, we have Father's Day down here. So now let's add in a little bit of the color. I have a whole bunch of papers here. I won't use 90% of them. I like this though. I like the colors it brings out. I'm thinking of having this so that it flips up, and this flips up one more time, and maybe having a tab on the side. Oh, this would work. That I lift this with, something like that. And then underneath, I would have some journaling. So I'd have journaling right here, and maybe add journaling here, and this will be on top. Now I could do these that they flip up also, or just choose the one photo I want to use. I don't have to use all the photos all the time. I specifically want the ones that are going to tell a story. Now remember, I had pointed this out. I like the idea of perhaps having this over on this side with this hanging down over the page. And then on top, mixing up the photos. These are two different states, but they're all about granddaughters and cousins. So I thought that was kind of cool. I may figure out a way to do that. And then, oh, what else was I thinking? Oh, I love how that looks. Look how that well, of course, it comes from the same kit. I think it's a Heidi Swapp. That's pretty. I could do something like just this, and these on the flip side, and then have, we need to bring in some handwriting on the page. Maybe having that there. That could work. All right. Well, lots of room for possibilities. All of this stuff down here that you can't even see, I'm not even going to use it. But remember, I wanted to simplify this, and I have a lot of photos. So hang around, and with the magic of YouTube, I'm going to be back in just a second, and you're going to see what I decided to do, how I decided to use the colors, perhaps bring in some washi tape, and did I do flip ups, flip downs, tip ins, tip ups? How did I bring it all together? So don't go anywhere. The magic of YouTube is pretty cool, isn't it? You didn't even have to spend any of this time. Would it take me maybe about an hour, but I enjoy listening to a podcast while I'm putting it all together. I do like how this came together. I think I have a very difficult time with simplicity when it comes to these weekly spreads. I really had a lot of photos this week, but I love having a lot of interactive elements. So here's when my daughter went to Chicago. I added this little tab in between this long photo and these two photos underneath, because she, you know, I also had these three photos when she was just walking around visiting Chicago. I did a little journaling right there. And then I did Chicago. I think these were from Coco Daisy, and the colors went perfect. So I did Chicago. Here I wrote when Little Button, my granddaughter, was visiting her daddy, my son Dwayne, at work. So I wanted to document that. And I had this card from one of the Heidi Swapp kits, and I loved how it brought out the colors. And then I put other photos of Diana when she was writing on the blackboard and sitting at her daddy's desk. And I had these, you know, these were from the Reset Girl, if any of you remember the entire line she came out with. So I like using these little word scripts here. So then there's that. And then along the bottom, this is probably one of the things I actually said I was going to do, and I did it. I put this fringe along the bottom. You can see the color behind it. And these are two different states, Georgia and Maine, but this is my mom with her granddaughter Izzy. This is her other granddaughter, but that granddaughter was visiting me, her grandma. So that's life. We are the quintessential family. I probably didn't even say that right. This is the stamp set I use, so you can see where I have this right here. It's kind of like a script. I've used the different paint splotches, this wording right here, and I literally just went and had some fun with these three colors right here, and I added this pewter from Close to My Heart for some of the wording here. But I was working at bringing out these colors right here. I think it came out good. I was going to do another flip up with this to fit more of these photos, but you know, I already had three here, so I just taped these down. This is when my daughter went to Atlanta for a Braves game, and this is, I think, my favorite part. This was one of the cutouts from a Heidi Swapp kit. I added this tab along the side, and I did one of those word phrases. You lift this up and it says look hard. I could actually add more journaling there, which I should. And then here where it says remember, it has when, where, who, and what, but I basically just filled in the squares with my thoughts on how the week was going. I used a small stapler and I stapled in this tab. This is, I got this through Heidi Swapp. I'm sure you can find it. It's a Tim or Jim Holtz small staple. You can see how small the staples are. And then when you lift this up, you see more of what happens. Here, let me pull this down so you can see it better. You can see here are a few more photos from Lauren's weekend in Atlanta, and then here's my husband on Father's Day. And then I wanted to make sure I did include the Statue of Liberty arriving in New York City, so I brought in some more of the black. And you can see here along the bottom, see how I did all this stamping? I added this splotch right here. Here is the script. This right here in the mustard is this stamp right here. And then these are little dots, and I added those right here. So I brought in all of the colors, including this back part, with these stamps. So you can see how you can layer a lot of your stamping to bring in the colors. Well, all right, my friends, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I know I certainly do. And you know the drill. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. It lets me and YouTube know that you are enjoying these videos. And that especially lets me know that you do enjoy me making the video instead of me just doing it on my own and keeping it, you know, private here in my craft studio. Be sure to check out the Stop the Blur playlist that I have in the description below, so you can watch some past episodes, and I always include some photos at the end of the video so you can get a close-up shot of these. Now, let me know in the comments, are you someone who just you know, prefers to keep things very simple when you're doing your memory planning? Or do you like all the stuff? Do you like a lot of interactive elements, the tip-ins, the flip-ups, all this kind of stuff? You know, we're all different. We all have our different styles. And the big thing is that you're making it work for you and you're enjoying the process. All right, my friends, until we meet next time, have an incredible day and be blessed. Bye-bye.